Unmute. You missed a heck of a squirt game right before this. It was intense.
Really?
All the way down to the wire. 6.7 seconds left. Face off in the defending area, in the leading team zone. Goalie pulled. They got close.
Love squirt hockey. It's the best.
Mm-hmm. Good afternoon, TC Nation. Welcome to Game 2 here at the Centene Community Ice Center, Maryland Heights, Missouri. Second tilt of the St. Louis Showcase. Team Colorado set to face off against the Windy City Storm. A bit of a hiccup this morning against the Madison Capitals to open the showcase. Team Colorado falling to the Capitals, a loss of 1-5. Looking to bounce back here in this game against the Storm. TC in white, Storm in purple. Team Colorado will be home. Storm is the away team today. TC is going to start this one with number 11, Haley Walsh at center. Number 21, Maya Chopix Chase on the left side. Number 19, B. Wiedenmeyer on the right side. Number 13, Selena Pugh, right defense. And number 45, Lexi Riedlinger. Back between the pipes, Sophia, the showstopper Samora. TC fired up, ready to get this one started. Walsh set for the draw. Storm come away with the face-off win. They'll set it towards the TC zone, picked up by Pugh. Pass up the right side board to Wiedenmeyer. Bouncing puck picked up by the Storm. Trying to chip that through center. Walsh picks it up just off her stick. Has to go back behind Samora. Looking for Chopix Chase on the near side board. Broken up there by the Storm forecheck. Now Chopix Chase comes away with it. Back behind Samora. Stop short there on the far side. Sends it back to Pugh. Lets it go over to Riedlinger. Lexi Riedlinger out of the corner. Banks it off the glass. Bouncing puck in favor of Chopix Chase. 2-on-1 developing here for Team Colorado. Chopix Chase gets around one. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that for a shot. Storm come away with it out of the far side corner. They'll connect a pass over here on the near side. Looking out to center. Broken up there by Egan. Sends it up to Huang here on the near side. Huang will fire it into the Storm zone. Now Mainwaring in pursuit on the forecheck. Grabs it on the far side board. Pinned up by two Storm players. Looking for some help from Deckers. Storm will send that back behind their own net. Looking up, the long pass out to center, misses everybody, waved off on the icing, ruled touched by Egan. Meredith Egan has a puck stripped in the far side corner. Storm with the possession, back behind the net, centering pass. Samora finds it, and the Storm pick up the loose puck on the right side. And they draw first blood here in Game 2. Uncontrolled rebounds in front of the TC net proved to be problematic here early in this second game. Lena Kelly, Finley Sherman, and Piper Brennick now up front for Team Colorado. Visa and Rieken on the back end. Sherman kicks it back to Rieken. Rieken inside the TC zone. Up to Sherman here on the near side. Storm push that back down into the TC zone. Rieken now back behind the TC net. Up to Brennick on the right side. Couldn't quite get that cleared out to center. Storm now pushing back towards the TC net off the stick. And now Sherman able to clear, or that was Kelly, clears that down the length of the ice. Icing waved off. Storm with all kinds of time on the breakout. TC on the change. Now Sangchong Pupen off the bench with Walsh. They'll break up that advance. Rican loses sight of it for a second. Gains it back, sends it to Visa here on the near side. Visa trapped up by 2 Storm forecheckers. Gets some help from Walsh. Now chipped up the boards for Choi. Choi's pass just off the mark for Sangchong Pupen. Storm send that back down into the TC zone. Rican for Team Colorado. Looking for Sangchong Pupen over on the far side. Rose Sangchong Pupen gets it out to center. All alone, 5 Storm players surrounding Sangchong Pupen. Still gets it deep inside the Storm zone. And still maintaining control over on the far side. Centering pass now looking for Visa. Visa with a bit of a gift there. Couldn't quite get a shot off though. Now Choi pressuring inside the Storm zone, looking for Masiello. Wiedemeyer, sorry, that was Wiedemeyer coming in fresh off the bench, almost got through in the high slot. Masiello now with it. She'll take it inside the Storm zone on the far side. Shot fired, hits the Storm player's leg and kicked over to the far side board, trapped up with 2 Storm players. Wiedemeyer and Masiello digging for it. Still trapped under the Storm player's leg. She'll just sit on it. And finally, play blown dead. And we'll have a face-off deep inside the Storm zone. 12:25 left to go here in the first period. Storm again with the first goal, taking an early lead here in game 2. Actually, face-off comes outside the Storm zone. They'll take possession of that face-off. Kick back into the TCN here on the far side. Tip towards the net. Samora made the initial save, but popped up that rebound up and over his shoulder, and that's goal number 2 for the Windy City Storm. Team Colorado in some early trouble here in this first frame. They need to show some signs of life here. And forget these early advances by the Storm. Face-off out at center. Kelly, Deckers, and Mainwaring now for Team Colorado. Egan and Huang on the back end. Melina Huang now with the puck, chipping it into the Storm zone on the near side. Storm will take possession. They'll move it out to center. Fumbles the play a bit. Almost broken up there by Deckers. Now back inside the TC zone. Kelly sends it up the near side board for Mainwaring. Mainwaring gets past one Storm player who's looking for Deckers. Deckers heading to the bench. Mainwaring couldn't quite get it dumped into the Storm zone. Egan now with it out at center. She'll send it down into the Storm end. Brennick off the bench on the forecheck into the Storm zone. Storm now from behind their own net. Pass couldn't connect, kept in by Egan. Egan's gonna try to send that down deep. Picked off there by a Storm player. Now the Storm back into the TC zone on the far side. Good back check there by Haley Walsh. Breaks up that advance. Back behind Samora. Sent up to Brennick. Brennick couldn't quite control that one. Kick back down behind Samora. Now up to Brennick again on the far side. Brennick trying to chip that up to Sherman. Couldn't quite keep a handle on it. Storm now pressuring here on the near side. They'll back it up to the point. And they'll settle for a dumping down deep into the TC zone. They'll pick it up back behind Samora. Walsh and Egan battling for the puck. Egan trying to kick that free, gets dumped behind the play, and the Storm will come away with a tripping call on that exchange behind the net. And this may be the spark Team Colorado needs to generate some offense here in this game. Face-off comes down into the Storm zone to the left of their puck stopper. Kelly, Chopix, Chase, Walsh, Pugh, and Visa, the power play unit for Team Colorado. Kelly set for the draw. She'll kick it back to Visa, across to Pugh. Hops off Pugh's stick, she'll get it back, trying to chip it down into the Storm zone. Storm will grab it, and they'll send it the length of the ice, and icing is the call. Faceoff will come back down into the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Kelly set for the draw. Gets waved out of the circle. Walsh will slide in and take this faceoff for Team Colorado. Tied up off a dock kick down below the Storm goal line. They'll pick up possession. Now trapped up back behind the net. Kelly and Walsh free the puck. Chopvik's chase now with control over on the far side board. Pestered by one Storm penalty killer. Back up top for Visa. Emily Visa fires a shot. Tipped out front. Kelly with the loose puck. Hugh looking for it as well. On the back door, Storm goaltender comes up with a huge save and keeps Team Colorado off the board. Face off inside the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Kelly set for the draw. Looking for Pugh. Pugh grabs that. Back up top for Visa. Visa looking for a pass over to Chopvik's chase. Maya Chopvik's chase pass down to Walsh in the corner. Walsh almost found Pugh. Just a bit off the mark. Pugh couldn't quite handle that one. And now bouncing puck out to center. Storm connect the pass. Now across in the slot. Samora with the toe save on the stretch. Keeps that shorthanded opportunity out of the TC's net. Kelly now looking for Walsh. Couldn't quite connect. Storm pushing back into the TC zone. Visa finds Walsh. Walsh down here from the far or near side goes across to Chopvik's chase. Chopvik's chase cutting towards the middle, looking for the shot, just wide. Egan steps into a Storm player on the board. Now Masiello over to Chopvik's chase. She'll dump it deep into the Storm zone. 25 seconds remaining in the power play for Team Colorado. Over to Egan on the sideboard. Get some help from Masiello. Storm will take possession. They'll chip it out to center. They'll get it down into the Team Colorado zone. 10 seconds remaining here in the power play. Sherman across to Egan. Up to Masiello here on the near side. Out to Wiedemeyer at center. Wiedemeyer maintains possession. Trying to step around the Storm player. Couldn't quite get that through. Huang now. Windy City Storm back to full strength. Successfully killing their first penalty of the game. Storm now trying to connect some passes out of center. Now picked up by Finley Sherman. Sherman chasing it down in the near side corner. Looking for the centering pass. Broken up there by the Storm defender. Over on the far side board. Storm kicked that out to center. Choi dumps it back down deep into the Storm zone. Missed pass there by the Storm over on the far side. Choi and Sangchong Pupin looking for that loose puck. Storm will pick it up and take it back behind their own net. Almost broken up by Walsh. Rieken, good play at the blue line. Storm come away with it though. Couldn't quite get a shot off. And Storm careful to avoid the too many players on the ice penalty with the change right in front of their bench as the puck came by. Rieken now connects with Sangchong Pupin. Across to Choi. Choi chips it into the Storm zone. Trapped up there on the near side board. Walsh with a shot. Deflected it off. Sangchong Pupin. Now back up top for Rieken. Rieken unable to hold the line. Storm now player will get to that first. Rieken, good play there in the corner. Breaks up that pass opportunity. Now up top for the Storm on the far side. Pass across, couldn't quite connect. Now back behind the TC net, Rieken picks up possession. Looking for Sangchong Pupin, she'll let it go down into the Storm zone, and it'll go just outside the crease for an icing call. 7:34 left to go in the first period. 2-0 lead for the Windy City Storm over Team Colorado at the midway point of the first. Some kind of issue with the time clock here. I think they got it figured out now. Need to bleed off 30 seconds from the time clock was the issue. Or I guess we'll take 20. Face off to the right of Samora. Kelly with the draw. Pugh digging for it over on that far side board. Storm free that puck back up top to their point. Shot up high, right into the breadbasket of Samora and held for the whistle. Another face-off again to the right of Samora. Deckers and Mainwaring out with Kelly. Pass up just, hopped over Mainwaring's stick. Storm keep it alive inside the TC zone. Pugh taken down in the corner. Delayed penalty call here against the Storm. Mainwaring picks it up and finally blown dead. And the Storm will go back to the penalty box, putting Team Colorado on their second power play of the period and the game. 6:38 remaining here in the first. Power play unit back out for Team Colorado. Kelly, Walsh, and Pugh up front. Visa and Chopvix Chase on the back end. Kelly with the draw to the right of the Storm goaltender. Tied up in her feet, gets it back to Chopvix Chase across to Visa. Down to Pugh. Pugh trapped up on the sideboard, gets some help from Walsh and Kelly. Puck floats up to Visa on the point. She'll chip it back down, looking for Pugh. Storm will send that around to the far side. Chopvix Chase takes a bit of a bump on that sideboard. Visa going back to Chopvix Chase. Pass picked off there by the Storm. They're trying to clear. They'll get it out to center. Visa picks it up in front of the TC bench. She'll peel back over to the near side. Trying to create some room here, getting into the Storm zone for Kelly. Couldn't quite find it in the skates of the Storm player. Chopvix Chase now bumps it back to Visa. Across to Pugh. Pugh from the left side. Sends one towards the net. Walsh for the good tip, just wide. And now the Storm relieve the pressure. They'll clear it down the length of the ice. That will go in on Samora. She'll have to play it. And now Visa picks up that loose puck, trying to get that out back to center. Pestered by two Storm players. Visa still with possession. Sends a backhand up to Pugh into the Storm zone. Storm will take possession back in their own end. Wiedmeyer couldn't quite steal that puck away from the Storm player. Back out to center for Visa. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for Team Colorado. Wiedmeyer now into the Storm zone. Drop for Sherman. Nobody there. Storm back into the TC zone. They keep possession. They'll send it back behind Samora. Huang will pick it up for Team Colorado. Wiedmeyer, stick check there. Couldn't quite keep possession. Now Wiedmeyer chips one up to Egan. Egan drops it for Wiedmeyer. Fires one. Glove side, just wide. Huang now gives it to Egan. Egan tried to shovel one towards the front of the net, just off the mark. Storm will clear that over to the far side board. Trying to chip it out. Storm are back to full strength now. Egan trying to punch that back down deeper into the Storm zone. Looking for Wiedmeyer. Intercepted there now. Storm on the move out to center. On the left side, they'll chip it down back into the TC zone. Picked up by Rieken. She'll send it up the strong side to Wiedmeyer. Storm deflect that back out. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that back off the center ice. Forcing a regroup. Basiello was looking for the interception. Shot blocked there by Reagan Rieken. Over on the far side, Sanchang Pupin battling for it along with Meredith Egan. Pass back up top for the Storm. Put in on net, deflected just wide by Samora, maybe getting a piece of that. Choi couldn't quite get that puck freed over here on the near side board. Rieken sends it around for Egan. Up to Sanchang Pupin, stopped short there by the Storm defense. Regan puts it up and out of play into the netting. And we'll have a face-off inside the TC zone with 3:22 left to go in the first period. Storm still with a 2-0 lead over Team Colorado here in the first frame. Time winding down for TC to find the back of the net and get on the board. Face-off to the left of Samora. Walsh wins that back to the corner for Rieken and Visa. Walsh comes into the boards hard with a Storm player, and she's going to get the gate for a roughing call, and that'll put the Storm on their first power play of the game. Haley Walsh will hit the sin bin for 2 minutes. TC will need to kill this in order to find some kind of momentum to close out the first period. Kelly gets the call to kill this one along with Visa. Visa trying to clear that out to center, kept in by the Storm. Shot from the left side point, a save made by Samora and held for the whistle. Deckers, Kelly, Rieken, and Visa trying to stand tall to kill this one for Team Colorado. Face-off tied up. Storm player trying to find that. Kick back out to the right side point for the Storm. Pass across to the left. Shot blocked there by Laura Deckers. Over here into the near side corner. Visa trying to trap that up. Storm take possession back behind the TC net. Now Rieken trying to block that passing lane out to the middle. Pass missed there. Kelly picks it up for Team Colorado, working her way into the Storm zone. Tries to cut to the middle. One good stick by the Storm. Broke up that move. And thwarted any offensive attempt by Lena Kelly. Now pushing into the TC zone on the left side. Storm back behind the TC net. Pass up top to the right side point. Just over a minute left to go in the roughing minor penalty to Walsh. Visa has it hop over her stick, trying to corral that one. Now back up top to the right side. Storm sent it down low on the near side board. Back up top to the point. Across to the left side. Shot from the points. Pad save made there by Samora. And Kelly finally says enough of this. She'll ice it. With 28 seconds remaining in the power play for the Storm. And a minute 54 left to go here in the first period. Team Colorado, if they are successfully able to kill this penalty, hoping for a momentum boost to close out the first period. Brennick with the faceoff for Team Colorado wins it over to Pugh. Riedlinger and Sherman out to help kill this final remaining seconds of the penalty to Walsh. Back up top on the left side for the Storm, kept just inside the TC line. Now with the shooting lane, Storm shot off the post and trickles in on the rebound. Power play goal for the Windy City Storm. For their third tally of the game. Face off out at center, Walsh. Chotvik's chase. And Wiedenmeyer for Team Colorado. Huang sends it across to Egan, up to Wiedenmeyer. Wiedenmeyer pushing into the Storm zone for Walsh. Walsh trying to find it. Save made by the Storm goaltender. Now Huang looking for it on the near side board. Keeps it alive inside the Storm zone. Storm connecting some passes back behind their net. They'll look for the long pass. Broken up there by Meredith Egan. And now Wiedenmeyer digging for it in the near side corner. Gets some help from Chotvik's chase. Storm will come away with it back behind their own net. Wiedenmeyer trying to block that pass. Huang will keep it alive inside the Storm zone. Wiedenmeyer now. Centering pass, looking for Chotvik's chase. Shot and save made by the Storm goaltender. The Storm will pick it up on the far side. And they'll work their way back into the TC zone on the left side. Kept outside, and Storm still with possession with 30 seconds remaining here in the TC zone. Top on the right side, shot fired towards the net, easily stopped there by Egan. Egan's pass off the mark. Storm will pick that up out at center. And now Huang makes a move into the Storm zone on the left side. She'll send one down deep into the Storm zone. Just 10 seconds remaining here in the first. Sangchung Kupin unable to keep control for a pass out front. Storm clear out to center. Picked up by Rieken. Rieken takes it back behind the TC net, and that'll do it for the first period. TC left scratching their heads with a 3-0 deficit as we march towards the second period. Coach Lockham a little hot under the collar in the pep talk between the first and second period, and rightly so. Team Colorado needs to wake up here to start the second period. Walsh, Niedenmeyer, and Chopix Chase, Visa, and Rieken will start the second. Samora between the pipes. TC starts off with a face-off win here in the second period, but push back into their own zone. Visa across to Rieken. Lets it go to Chopix Chase. Short pass to Walsh, across to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer looking for another pass, broken up there by the Storm. They'll take it back behind their own net. Long pass out to center and just wide of Samora. Icing call on that play. The Storm looking for some more insulation for that lead. Fortunately for Team Colorado, couldn't find success. Face-off in the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Kelly, Brennick, and Deckers for Team Colorado. Deckers traps it up in the far side corner, gets some help from Kelly. Push back and forth now. Deckers comes away with it, gets a shot in on net, a save made by the Storm goaltender. Brennick was on the back door on the hunt for that rebound. Another face-off inside the Storm zone. Kelly with a draw once more. Kicked over to Deckers, back to Rieken. Across to Visa, just off the mark. Storm will pick that up on the far near side board, pushing out to center. Into the TC zone. Visa trying to trap that up in the corner. Get some help from Kelly. Two Storm players battling for it as well. Now pushed up to Brennick. Storm takes possession back in the corner, back behind the net. Rieken will work it over to the far side. She actually backs it up to Visa, but picked off there by Storm player back behind the net. Now up top to the right side for the Storm. Puck sent towards the net, bouncing. Couldn't quite make it, and backhand shot sent just wide. Now Brennick shovels that over to the far side. Rieken trying to push that up the boards to Deckers, couldn't quite get a handle on that. Now Rieken desperately trying to clear a shot up high. Save made by Samora. Kelly chips it out to center, finally relieving the pressure. Storm right back to work inside the TC zone on the right side. Short pass back up top, fired just high over the net. Now picked up by Brennick. Brennick able to chip and pass. Storm defender 2-on-1 here for Team Colorado. Brennick and Deckers. Brennick fires one. Deckers was right there, just the wrong hand and stick on that huge rebound given there by the Storm goaltender. Good smart play by Brennick as the passing lane was shut down by the Storm defender. Visa now back inside the TC zone behind the net. Short chip pass to Masiello. Masiello loses it with two Storm players pressuring. Now out in the slot, save made by Samora. Here in the near side corner. Masiello wins that battle, gets it up to Mainwaring. looking for Sherman, couldn't quite connect. Pugh will pick it up. Chipped out to center, bouncing puck now. Sherman and Masiello looking for it. Back to Pugh. Pugh's pass off the mark. Storm's trying to save the offside call, but couldn't quite keep it. And we'll have a face-off just outside the TC zone. Masiello, Sherman, and Mainwaring up front for Team Colorado. Egan and Riedlinger on the back end. Sherman feeds it back to Egan on the face-off lane for TC. Mainwaring now into the Storm zone. Sherman on the hunt for the loose puck in the corner. Gets some help from Mainwaring. The Storm will take possession of that. Cuts towards the middle. Storm player creating some space, looking for the pass, deflected off the skate, and it'll have enough legs for an icing call with 12:46 left to go here in the second period. Team Colorado still searching for that offensive spark. Trying to get on the board. Break the goose egg that's inside the home team's name. Face off in the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Walsh, Saint-Chung Pupin, and Choi. One back to Riedlinger. Trying to chip it down to Choi. Broken up there by the Storm. Out at center, Egan chips it back into the Storm zone. Pass it across to the far side. Riedlinger meets it there in front of the TC bench. Storm come away with it. They'll chip it into the TC zone, and Walsh will get the gate again. This time an interference call. And she took down a Storm player over there on the far side board. Walsh with a skate of shame over to the sin bin. Puts Team Colorado on the penalty kill here in the second with 12:24 remaining on the clock. Kelly, Deckers, Hong, and Egan on the penalty kill for Team Colorado. Actually, that's Rieken. Sorry, that's not Egan, that's Rieken. Dumping is then picked off there by Huang. Huang's got a 2-on-1 here with Lena Kelly. Huang breaking in, pass blocked there by the Storm defense. Now the Storm back on the move into the TC zone on the far side. Broken up there by Kelly. Storm not able to maintain the zone. They'll have to back it up towards their own blue line. They'll connect the pass over on the far side. Misplay there at the TC blue line. Storm now will push into the TC zone right up the middle. Trying to force the play. Shots in on net. Zamora made the save. Storm player pushing away at it. And Rieken says, get out of my crease. And Rieken automatically knows what comes as a result of that. Fortunately for Team Colorado, both players get the gate. Storm also on that exchange. Windy City Storm with a slashing call, and Rieken for Team Colorado will take the roughing minor penalty. Now we'll remain 5-on-4. The next minute 16 on Walsh's original interference call. Storm win that faceoff back to the left side. Shooting lane, hits the post. Got past Zamora and off the post. That big rebound. Good play there by Wiedemeyer to break up that opportunity. Another deflection from Wiedemeyer off the glass. Pugh trying to chip one out to center, get some success. Wiedemeyer now on the hunt for that loose puck into the Storm zone. Storm picking it back behind their own net. Wiedemeyer still pressuring inside the zone, breaks it up. Trying to come out front, trying to tuck it home. Storm goaltender finds it and holds on for the whistle. And Wiedemeyer takes a little bit of a shot there in the slot on that opportunity here on the penalty kill. 43 seconds remaining in the interference call to Walsh. What's going on, man? Good. We'll have a face-off deep inside the Storm zone to the left of their puck stopper. Masiello and Sherman up front with Visa and Riedlinger. One back to Visa's shot, just sent wide. Storm now trying to work through center. Pestered there by Masiello. Storm now into the TC zone. Riedlinger trying to force that play to the outside. Visa picking up back behind the TC net. Masiello has it here on the near side. Gets a pass up to Sherman. Sherman now one-on-one working into the Storm zone. On the right side, cuts towards the middle, looking for the shot, turns and fires. Save made by the Storm goaltender. The Storm back to work towards the TC zone. Just 4 seconds remaining in the penalty to Walsh. From the far side, Storm looking for the shot. Team Colorado back to full strength. Up top of the blue line, Walsh back into play. Breaks up that attempt. And now Sherman couldn't quite find the bouncing puck. Riedlinger will pick it up in the near side corner. She'll send it down the length of the ice. And we'll have another icing call and a face-off deep inside the TC zone. 10:04 left to go here in the second period. Team Colorado still down by a deficit of 3-0 to the Windy City Storm. Puck drop to the right of Samora. Kelly with the draw. Wins it right to Brennick. Brennick now pushing into the Windy City Storm zone. Has Mainwaring on the left side. Couldn't quite capture that puck. Kelly breaks up the pass over on the far side. Storm will get that back from the slot. Pass up the far side board. Broken up initially by Huang. Storm player gets it back. Now down into the corner for the Storm. Back behind Samora. Huang's going to push that back up the far side. Trying to chip it out to center. Storm will keep that in. Shot went wide. Now trapped up in the near side corner. Kelly digging for it along with Egan. Now Brennick gets it chipped out to center. Storm trying to recover. They'll work it back up the strong side. Pass deflected off of a TC player and kicked back into the Storm zone. Storm with possession. Looking to get it out over on the far side. Mainwaring had to drop it for Brennick. TC unable to get the play deep in the Storm zone. And they'll get it chipped back into the TC end. Egan will pick it up back behind Samora with some time on the Storm change. Sends it up to Brennick. Brennick able to chip it through center. Choi trying to pressure that deeper into the Storm zone. Over on the far side, Storm will pick up possession. Deflect the pass, connects on the near side. Now through center. Loses a footing. Q picks up the loose puck for Team Colorado. She'll back it up to Riedlinger. Lexi Riedlinger tries to send it up to Sangchung Pupin. And now the Storm come away with a penalty on that exchange. I missed that one, but it looked like a slashing call against the Storm player, and I think it was a little bit of retribution for an exchange down in the TC end. Nonetheless, this will put Team Colorado back on the power play once more. Kelly, Chotfix Chase, Walsh, Visa, and Pugh out for Team Colorado. Kelly with the face-off. She wins that back to Chotfix Chase. Chotfix Chase's pass just outside the blue. Pugh has to back it up, gives it to Visa. Now up to Walsh. Walsh goes back to Chotfix Chase. Drop pass for Visa. Visa looking for a shooting lane, couldn't quite find it. Dishes it to Chotfix Chase, now down in the corner. Kelly trying to leave it for Chotfix Chase. Storm able to push it back out to center. Visa now with control. To Walsh, looking for Chotfix Chase. Visa now trying to connect with Kelly on the far side. Couldn't quite get it. Intercepted there by the Storm. Dances around the dasher. Visa, little chip pass for Chotfix Chase. Now Chotfix Chase frees it. Has a 2-on-1 with Kelly. Pass blocked there by the Windy City Storm defender. She had Kelly over on that far side. Walsh and Kelly digging for it. Chip back up to the far side. Visa unable to keep it safely inside the Storm zone. Now Chotfix Chase with it. Working into the zone. Pass across, looking for Pugh. Couldn't quite connect. Storm break that up now out to center. One-on-one now here for the Storm against Visa. Visa keeping the play to the outside. Shot still in on Samora. Samora holding that post tight. Made the save. And now Visa through center. Over on the far side, looking to dish over to the right side. Chopwick's Chase comes back, picks it up. Unable to create anything inside the Storm zone. Penalty time will be a little inaccurate as the clock wasn't started earlier in this frame. Storm digging for it over on the Wiedemeyer with a shot from the slot, hits the Storm player out front. Now sent back behind the Storm net. Back up top for Egan. Egan across to Masiello. Masiello fumbles the pass. Storm back to full strength. Egan down to Huang. Across, blocked there by the Storm. The Storm player now in on a breakaway on the long pass. Lose the footing. Save made by Samora. Samora holds strong and keeps TC out of trouble. Further trouble, I should say. Now Wiedemeyer on the hunt for the loose puck as it rolls down into the Storm zone. Back behind the net. Masiello picks up the loose puck here on the near side. Mainwaring now on the hunt in the corner. Storm player mishandles the puck a bit, kicks it up the far side board, and they'll chip it out to center. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. The Storm break that puck free. Egan comes together with a Storm player down back behind the net. Masiello pushed off the puck, gets it back, finds Mainwaring. Mainwaring now in the Storm zone on the left side, sends one towards the net. Save made by the Storm goaltender, Deckers now. Trying to wrestle that loose puck free. Storm will maintain possession, working back into the TC zone on the left side. Stopped short just on the sideboard. Now picked up by Mainwaring. Mainwaring sends it up to Brennick just inside the Storm zone, picked off there by the Storm. Now, long pass connected here on the near side, back into his TC zone, broken up, picked up by Brennick. Finds Mainwaring, she'll dump it down into the Storm zone and go for the change. Choi now on the hunt, gets there first. Bella Choi back behind the Storm net, looking for that centering pass. Visa on the right side, back to Choi, down deep to Kelly. Kelly back behind the Storm net. Looking for Choi. Broken up there by the Storm. Now dangerous loose puck out front. Hopped over the stick of Kelly. Storm back to work in the TC zone here on the near side. Visa, good muscle play there, pushing the Storm player off the puck. Kelly chips it back into the Storm zone. Sang-Chong Pupin in on the forecheck. Walsh just off the bench, drops it up in front of the TC bench. Walsh taken down on the play. And now Storm come away with possession. They'll dump it down deep into the TC zone. Visa picks it up on the near side board. Pestered by the Storm forechecker. Now Masiello as well, trying to free that puck. Visa comes away with it. Has Sherman. Sherman now almost a breakaway attempt. Couldn't quite handle the pass. And a quick whistle on that play. She didn't quite have it trapped up. Maybe a little questionable. Sherman, though, unable to handle a long pass, had a breakaway opportunity, but just couldn't find it. 3:30 left to go here in the second period. And we got another clock issue. We're going to bleed 25 seconds off the clock. 3:03 now left to go in the second. Pugh, shot blocked by Storm forward. Riedlinger gloves that down outside the Storm blue line. Chopwick's Chase overskates the puck just a tad, but gets it deep into the Storm zone. Back up top for Riedlinger. She'll send it back down deep into the Storm zone. Out of the corner, Storm marching out to center. Masiello trying to pressure that over on that far side. Storm now deep in the TC zone. Riedlinger picks it up in the near side corner. Couldn't quite connect with Masiello. Storm maintained the zone. Now Riedlinger able to chip one past the Storm defender. Sends it across for Sherman. Sherman's going to fire one in on net from the left side, and a loose puck. Riedlinger was there, but pushed off by the Storm defender. Riedlinger with a good chance on a rebound opportunity just before the Storm goaltender found it and held it for the whistle. Face off inside the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Kelly, Chotwitz, Chase, and Wiedenmeyer. Egan and Huang. Face off one to Wiedenmeyer. Quick shot! Save made by the Storm goaltender. And now Kelly digging for it. Couldn't quite wrestle that free from the Storm player. They're through center, back into the TC zone. Picked up by Egan. Feeds one up to Chotwitz Chase. On the right side. Chotwitz Chase still with possession, looking for that pass out front. Had Wiedenmeyer just deflected off a Storm player's skate. Now Kelly and the Storm player come together in front of this TC bench, stopping the advance. Storm will have to back it up. Trying to connect through center. Egan breaks up that advance. Now Wiedenmeyer and Walsh working into the Storm zone off the backboard. Storm picks up the loose puck. They'll grab it once more just inside their zone. Now out to center. They'll dump it down deep into the TC zone. Trapped up over the far side corner. Chotwitz Chase will pick it up here on the near side. She'll send it back behind the TC net for Huang. 1 minute remaining here in the second period. Off a couple skates, Walsh gets it to Lauren Deckers. Deckers now on the move into the Storm zone on the left side. Out front, Egan trying to find it. Couldn't quite get a handle on it for a shot. Storm from back behind their own net. They'll advance up the far side, out to center, into the TC zone. Drop pass for the Storm defender. Mainwaring trapped it up and got pushed down on the play. Now Egan finds Deckers. Deckers lets it go out to center. Storm working back into the TC zone on the right side. Pass center cross, couldn't quite connect. And now Egan is going to send it down the length of the ice. And icing will be the call with 7.6 seconds remaining in the second period. TC needs to stay sharp here in the closing seconds of the second frame. Face-off will be to the right of Samora. Kelly trying to tie that up off the dot. And now a good stick there by Wiedenmeyer. Breaks up the pass, and that'll do it for the second period. We'll get a clean sheet of ice between the second and third, and we'll see what the ladies in white come away with for the third and final frame.
keep it going.
Back to work on a Friday afternoon. Team Colorado set for the start of the third period. Chopix, Chase, Kelly, Wiedemeyer, Regan, Visa, Samora. Let's go. Face-off won by Team Colorado, pushed into the Storm zone. From the far side, close back behind the net. Kelly walks the line, keeps it alive, shoves it over to Regan. Over to Chopix Chase, towards the net. Play broken up, Storm will take possession. They'll push out to center, chip it back for Visa. Right up to Kelly. Kelly's gonna chip that one into the Storm zone. Wiedemeyer had Chopix Chase out in the high slot. Just couldn't get a stick on it for the pass. Now Storm, they'll send it back behind their own net. They'll connect the pass out to center and chip it down into the TCN on the wrong side of the red line. Icing is the call. Face off deep inside the Storm zone to the right of their puck stopper. Walsh, Sherman, and Brennick. Now out for Team Colorado with Riedlinger and Pugh on the back end. Walsh trying to sweep that back to Riedlinger. Short pass. Riedlinger fires one towards the net. Goes wide right. Brennick after it behind the Storm net. Storm still with possession, working it up the far side. Kept alive inside the Storm zone by Pugh. Brennick now with it back behind the Storm net. Gets some help from Sherman. Unable to wrestle the puck free. Storm on the move through center on the right side. Broken up there by Riedlinger. Walsh scoops up the loose puck off the board for Riedlinger. Riedlinger's pass blocked by a Storm player skate. She'll send it across to Pugh. Look up to Brennick, trying to chip that out to center. Couldn't quite get that one controlled. Now Storm in back behind the TC net. Looking for that centering pass, broken up there by Team Colorado. Up top on the right side. Storm send that back down deep into the TC zone, back behind the net. Now centering pass, over there for the Storm, but back on top of the point, shot, and a glove save made by Samora and held for the whistle. 1 minute gone so far here in the third period. Windy City Storm with a 3-0 lead over Team Colorado. Masiello with the draw for Team Colorado. Deckers and Mainwaring out there for, Deckers and Choi out for Team Colorado. Egan working it over in the far side corner. Gets some help from Masiello. Deckers across to Choi. Out to center. Choi trying to get it chipped into the Storm zone. Broken up there by the Windy City defenders. Now back into the TC zone. Egan will scoop it up back behind Samora. She'll reverse it over to the near side for Choi. Chipped up to Masiello. Masiello broken up there out at center. Now bouncing puck scooped up by Deckers just inside the Storm zone. Masiello trying to kick that one deeper into the Storm zone. Pushed out to center. Egan recovers. Trying to leave it for Wong. Wong able to get possession back at the TC blue line. The Storm will reverse it right back into the TC zone. They'll send it deep and go for the change. Off the back board. And throwing up the boards. Easy pickoff there by the Storm. From the near side. Storm send it back up top to their point. Back and forth. Storm missed the pass. They'll have to regroup out at center. Now connecting over here on the near side. They'll send it down deep into the TC zone. Egan will pick it up off the lively boards there in the corner. Storm back up top on the left side. They'll move it over to the right defense. Shot fired towards the net, wide right off the boards. Sang Chung Pupin looking for it. Pass Didn't get picked up by the Storm. They'll have to regroup back towards their blue line. Now Huang picks off a long pass. Trying to chip it up for Mainwaring. Storm with possession back into the TC zone on the near side. Egan strips the puck. Back behind, feeds it up to Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer gets some help from Egan. Chipped out to center. Storm looking for the long pass. Out to center. They'll back it up once more inside their zone. Now Storm once more, working some passes, getting back into the TC zone on the right side. Pushed off the puck by Wiedemeyer. Walsh takes it for Team Colorado. Punches it out in front of the net. Now 2-on-2. Wiedemeyer and Walsh. Walsh is going to fire one towards the net. Bounces off the back of the net. Chop the chase now. For Team Colorado over on the far side board. Storm will dump it down into the TCN. Odd bounce there for Samora. Has to cradle that one. Visa now looking for it on the far side. Trying to get it up to Chopvik's Chase. Via Chopvik's Chase working into the Storm zone here on the near side. Picks off on the board, still with possession, drops it for Walsh. Walsh fires one, scores! Haley Walsh throws it at the net and finds the far side just inside the post. Team Colorado finally on the board with 11:04 left to go in the third period. Good things happen when you shoot the puck. Haley Walsh from the left side gets TC on the board, cutting the Storm's lead down to 2 goals. Masiello, Sherman, and Brennick now for Team Colorado. Riedlinger and Pugh on the back end. Face off one back to Pugh. She feeds it up to Brennick. Brennick in on the right side. Tries to throw one towards the net. Masiello will pick up that loose puck. Now looking for Sherman. Back up top for Riedlinger. Riedlinger's going to fire one towards the net. In on Storm goaltender. Save made. Now Masiello picks it up once more. Gets some help from Sherman. Storm will steal possession of that here on the near side. And they'll connect the pass out to center, back into the TC zone on the left. Pugh keeping the play outside, pass across, just a little late on that back check. Sherman will take advantage of it. Gets it up to Brennick, good pass catch there by Brennick. Now down deep into the Storm zone, they'll take possession here on the near side. Almost stopped up there by Kelly. Storm out to center. Into the TC zone on the far side. Storm going for the change all alone. Down there, broken up by Pugh. Pugh's clearing attempt just outside the TC blue line. Storm with a quick regroup. Kelly almost mishandling the puck there in front of the TC net. A quick shot there from the Storm. Save made by Samora and chipped out. Choi on the move. Looking for that loose puck inside the Storm zone. Storm out of trouble back into the center ice zone and into the TCN here on the near side. Shot kicked aside there by Samora. Once again cleared out to center by Team Colorado. Now Storm will catch it back into the TC zone, broken up there by Belina Huang. Gets some help from Choi. Storm send that back into the TC zone, offside the call. 9 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in the third period. Storm still up by a score of 3-1 over Team Colorado. TC finally finding the back of the net on a goal from Haley Walsh at the 11-minute mark of the third frame. Walsh back out with Sangchung Pupin and Choi. I'm sorry, Mainwaring's out there with Sangchung Pupin. Now Egan back inside the TC zone. Feeds it up to Mainwaring. Chip pass looking for Sangchung Pupin. Now Rose, Sangchung Pupin's on the move into the Storm zone, looking for that puck battle in the far side corner. Get some help from Walsh. Walsh banging bodies down there in the far side corner, digging for that along with Sangchung Pupin. Storm will come away with a good battle there by Walsh and Sangchung Pupin. Mainwaring breaks up the advance over there on the far side, trying to muscle it away through the corner. Gets some help from Walsh. Walsh trying to send it back up top for Egan. Picked off there by the Storm. Storm back in the TC zone. Drop pass to nobody. They stay alive inside the TC zone though. Egan battling two Storm players. Gets some help from Walsh. Setting up the near side board. Storm will keep that alive. Chip towards the net. Kept out of trouble by Meredith Egan. Walsh trying to chip that past the Storm winger. They keep it alive inside the TCN here on the near side. Sanchong Pupin spun off the puck as well. Centering pass out front. What a save by Samora. Stands tall now. Wiedemeyer. Her pass attempt was blocked and kicked back down deep into the TC zone. Egan's clearing attempt now does not succeed. Masiello trying to pick up a loose puck. TC unable to keep control on their own sticks. A lot of problems losing it in the skates of the Storm players deep inside their zone, creating issues for themselves with 7:41 left to go here in the third period. Masiello will take the draw. 14. Colorado wins that right to Chocolate's Chase. Trying to chip that to center. Masiello now pushes it into the Storm zone. They'll clear out to center. Rican meets that one. Gets the Storm player off the puck. Allows Visa to pick it up. Back into the Storm zone. They'll clear back out to center. Picked up by Rican. She'll dump it down deep into the Storm zone. Storm goaltender will take it off the backboard and hold on for the whistle. That whole time she didn't start the clock at all from that faceoff. Still 7 minutes and 13 seconds left on the board. I guess they're giving us the gift of time here in St. Louis. Storm will take that faceoff win deep inside their own zone. Pass picked off there by Sherman. Punches it back down deep into the Storm zone. Over on the far side, Kelly on the hunt for it. Traps it up on the far side board. Visa steps into it, pushes it down deeper in the Storm zone. Storm picks off the pass there. Looking to connect over here on the near side. Gets past Rican back into the TC zone. No icing here. Rican working on that Storm player. Picked off there by Kelly. Fed up to Brennick just behind her. Storm stay alive inside the TC zone. Shot made. Good play there by Visa to break up that shot attempt. Storm player couldn't get anything on it. Brennick chips it into the TC bench, and we have a stoppage in play with 6:27 left to go in the third. Face-off will come down into the TCN to the right of Samora. Walsh, Deckers. And Choi now 14. Colorado. Choi bringing it out to center. Tries to get it over to Deckers. Just inside the Storm zone. No reversal right back into the TC zone. Too far, and another icing call against the Storm. And we'll go back down for a face-off to the left of the Storm puck stopper. Face-off taken by the Storm. They'll send it around to the near side board. Riedlinger trying to keep that push down deep in the Storm zone. Team Colorado looking for some ozone time here late in the third. Storm will pick it up over on the far side board. Chipped out to center. Taken by Pugh. Pugh's pass attempt picked off there by the Storm. Just inside the TC zone. Deckers now will take it back behind the TC net. Riedlinger scoops up that loose puck. Walsh's deflection attempt kept alive inside the Storm, inside the TC zone. TC settles for the dumping down to the Storm end. Fresh legs out for Team Colorado. Storm couldn't quite connect on the breakout. Another icing call will bring us back down into the Storm zone for another faceoff. Masiello, Sangchung Pupin, and Mainwaring out for Team Colorado. Huang and Egan on the blue line. Storm with a face-off win, taken there by Sangchong Pupin. TC unable to maintain possession. Storm will get that back out to center ice, into the TC zone on the far side. Now out of the corner. Storm will move that back up top to their left point, looking for the shooting lane. In on net, save made by Samora. Now back up top, left side point. Mainwaring with a shot block. Trying to push that out to center. Get some help from Masiello. On the right side, Masiello pushing into the Storm zone. Tries to move it through. Masiello kind of mauled on a play there. Wong keeps it alive inside the Storm end. Fires one in on net. Save made by the Storm goaltender from the left side. And the Storm will pick up possession on the near side board. Pass picked off there by Egan. Egan now on the move into the Storm zone from the right side. Fires a high one over the net. Wiedmeyer's going to get there to keep alive inside the Storm zone. Get some help from Kelly. Lena Kelly digging for it here in the corner. Broken up there by the Storm. They'll take it over to the far side. And now Storm finally gets it cleared out to center. Dumped down into the TC zone. Just under 4 minutes to go left here in the third period. Wiedmeyer gets it past Storm players. Wiedmeyer's got to get there. She'll pick up possession in the far side corner. Looking for something out front. Shot just over the net for Emily Visa. Wiedmeyer now battling the two Storm players back behind the net. Chopix Chase picks it up in the near side corner. Trying to send that across, broken up there by the Storm. They're back out to center into the TCN here on the near side. Broken up there by Pugh. Walsh trying to bank that one off the boards. Visa now finds Wiedmeyer out at center. Wiedmeyer now trying to get into the Storm zone, trying to work it around. Unsuccessful on that attempt. Visa keeps it alive inside the Storm end. Shovels it down for Walsh. Walsh finds Visa, and what a shot! Save made by the Storm goaltender. Now pushed out front once more. Picked off there by the Storm. And they'll get it cleared out to center. Brennick trying to push that one back into the Storm zone. Back out to center now. TC regrouping inside their own zone. Pass connected with Brennick. Brennick's going to send one off the glass into the Storm zone. Masiello on the hunt on the forecheck. Leaves it for Sherman. Back to Masiello. Masiello out of the corner. Kicks it to her stick. Didn't quite get a shot off. Now Rican. Shot blocked there by the Storm traffic. Sherman breaks up that advance. Storm will get it back out to center. Now in front of the TC bench. Masiello trying to find that loose puck. Didn't quite get a handle on it. Riedlinger backs it up looking for Rican. Kind of caught her off guard. Rican up the near side board for Sherman. Sherman will chip it out to center. TC going for the line change. Storm with some time on the breakout. Out to center. Choi almost freed herself here on the near side. Rican now trying to clear that puck. Hits Choi in the back. On the near side, centering pass up high. Samora gloves it down and holds it for the whistle. 1 minute 37 seconds remaining here in the third period. Time winding down for the 2-goal deficit TC still finds themselves in. And we have a face-off deep inside the TC zone to the left of Samora. Walsh will take the draw for Team Colorado. Pushes it back to the corner. Rican leaves it for Walsh. Up to Wiedmeyer. Looking for Chopix Chase. Pass off the mark, and Storm will pick that up out at center. They'll send it back into the TC zone, right in on Samora. Has to turn it aside. Riedlinger across to Rican. Up to Chopix Chase. Maya Chopix Chase feeds it up to Wiedmeyer. Couldn't quite keep a handle on that. Storm will reverse that back to center. Rican now across to Visa. Up to Chopix Chase, and offside as she fumbled it right at the blue line. 1:02 now remaining here in the third. Walsh, Wiedmeyer, and Chopix Chase. Pugh and Visa for Team Colorado. Haley Walsh with the draw, wins it back to Visa. Across to Pugh. Pugh looking for the pass attempt picked off there by the Storm, and Wiedemeyer steps into the Storm player, and that's probably going to do it for Team Colorado, as Wiedemeyer is going to get the gate for interference on that exchange. She'll hit the box with 50.6 seconds remaining here in the game. Face off deep inside the TC zone to the right of Samora. Kelly will take the draw for Team Colorado with Sherman and Visa and Pugh. Trapped up here on the near side board. Visa battling it with Pugh. Storm with possession back behind the TC net. Visa deflects the centering pass. Sherman now will take it here on the near side. She'll send it down deep into the Storm zone. Kelly on the hunt for that loose puck, picked up by Visa now out of the corner. Now Storm gets it back behind their own net. They'll send it up the near side out to center. Broken up there by Pugh. Visa will take it for Team Colorado. Trying to work her way back towards the Storm zone. Visa chips it free. Across to the near side. Time expires. Team Colorado with their second loss of the showcase. They fall 3-1 to the Windy City Storm. Still looking for more offensive production. 3 games left to find it here in Missouri. Join us tomorrow morning for Game 3. TC will face off against the Milwaukee Junior Admirals at 8 a.m. Central Time, 7 Mountain Time. Right back here at the Centene Community Ice Center. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah. Everybody's like,
I didn't notice. Everybody's like, what are you doing?
Great finish. Guys,
who would have just showed up at the first period? That would have made a big difference.
I didn't.
We tried.